Hi guys, it's Merv the Swerve here. I'm excited, delighted, and farsighted to see so many of you guys go back in time, Back to the Future, Jaws, Rocky, Rambo, Saturday Night Fever, Grease, and all those lovely movies that kept all you guys coming to Central Durban to catch a movie in the bios and catch a chow. So come on, we're heading down Grace Street now, Dr. Yusuf Dadu, the home of Shah Jahan, Himalaya Hotel, Grace Street Masjid, and many, many more that you guys are going to remind me about. So come on, let's rock and roll.
Hi guys, as I make the right turn, I'd like to welcome all of you to the Grace Street drive-through. I just passed Manji Center. On the right, this colorful building is the Tokozo Women's Hostel. On the left there is Zafa's Planet Bollywood. And as we come to the traffic lights here, the robots, the street that's running across, that's Carlisle Street. It has a lot of history and a lot of memories for people. I will cover that in weeks to come. On the left, there used to be a store there, Broadway store, and I think next to it was Santoshi stores. On the right, ex-Parak building. It's now a student accommodation. This part of town had a lot of streets that were running across small street. We're going to pass one now. It's called Victor Lane on the left and right. Victor Lane, and we used to use this as a shortcut to St. Anthony's, St. Aidan's Hospital. On the right is a Methodist church here, and as we approach another street that's going across, that's Lawn Street. Used to have Gandhi Hall on the left. On the right, the medical centers. On this right, the iconic Shah Jahan Cinema, 2,000-seater, owned by the Rajab family. Lots of memories for a lot of people. And we pass another little lane here. It's called Maud Lane, nothing to do with Golden Girls. But on the right, that's another iconic building, the Himalaya Hotel. We used to call that Himis, or the mountains. And the people used to come and wine, dine, and dance there. Lots of dance bands used to play there. And it was very famous back in the day. And this is a street that runs across. It's called Beaters Street. Well, I call it Beaters Street up till today. On the right, the Madrasa Manzil, a friend of mine, his granny used to live there. I used to go there often to those flats. On the left, there were a lot of clothing shops. And as we pass Madrasa Manzil now, this little road that's going left and right, that's called Fountain Lane. And I remember going in there was a little tire shop there. On the right, there was Redborough Clothing, and also a KFC on the right. And there used to be private taxis outside those Valiants back in the day. So as we come to this set of traffic lights running across, it's Alice Street, and on this bridge here, I can't forget this. We used to walk twice a day on this bridge. We used to go to school. Lots of kids in the area used to school in either Gandhi Desai, Orient School, Girls' Eye, or St. Anthony's, and we used to walk in the mornings and walk in the afternoons back home. Street that's going across a Leopold Street. Actually, it's just one way, and it goes onto the freeway. So as we pass this intersection, brings back a lot of memories for me. And lots of clothing shops and shoe shops on the left. And on the right, as we approach, there's another little small street. It's called Short Street, that will take you to Cross Street. And then everything on the left. And I remember, coming and using Short Street as a shortcut. No pun intended. But as we come to the Prince Edward Street intersection, on the left is Hansas. And Hansas, not only they used to sell takeaway and stuff, but they used to also display the fixtures for the Durban Football Association and the results on their windows. So lots of memories there. On the right, you could go to Prince, and on the left, you could go to Prince Edward Street. On the corner, there is a Noor Chambers, and they had the Mem Saab exquisite Eastern Way on the left, and on the right, Junaid Center, New Shop, New Republic Bank. And as we approach, we're coming to the heart of Grace Street now. So this is actually the main artery of the area. And on the right, there's another short street. It's called Bond Street. On the left, there was a famous vegetarian restaurant, Patel's Restaurant, very famous, known throughout South Africa. On the right, Popular Karas, your one-stop shop to India. They sold everything you can think of that you needed from India, clothing, accessories, etc. On the left, Damji Center, and we come to the intersection of Victoria Street. On the right, I did speak about the other day, Victory Lounge, and next to that was Bhagat's Takeaway, NN's Extension, NN Sari Shop. On the left, lots of clothing shops, Khyber Restaurant. On the right, you can see that Chicken Licken and the Sayani Center, and I think the IPC is there also. So we're coming to the intersection now of Queen Street. And when I did Queen Street the other day, I spoke about this majestic, grand mosque, which was once, I told you the other day, that it was once the largest in the southern hemisphere, the Grey Street Jummah Masjid in all its glory. It's still gleaming and shining, hasn't lost its look from back in the day. Yeah, lots of shops here. There was the Madrasa Arcade, there was the Ajmeri Arcade on the left, there was Dominion, Mr. Carnaby, Haribai's Outfitters, there was Govind Money on the right here. Basa's had a couple of stores on the right. Lots of linen clothing stores, curtain shops, and fabric shops here on this part of town. Very busy also. So as we approach this set of traffic lights, on the left will take you into Pine Street, Commercial Road. Yes, it will take you to Commercial Road, and on that corner is the Nickel Square parking garage, and also had a lot of things you could go through, use as a thoroughfare to go through to Pine Street. And lots of cars coming from the freeway going into Pine Street. As we come to this intersection now, which is Pine Street, you could, on the left, there used to be the West End bar, and then Pie City also opened. One of the first Pie Cities opened on the corner. On the right is Delhi's restaurant. They used to have a small version of Himalaya Hotel, like dancers, and they had rooms to let. And yeah, as we cross over here, this is Pine Street, which will take you to the freeway if you go right, and Gem Store. So as we pass here, we come to this part of town where it turns into Broad Street now. So on the left, you get Broad Walk. On the right, you'll get a lot of stores here on the right. And this will bring you to the intersection of West Street and Broad Street. This is the main artery of the CBD, West Street. Everyone used to do their shopping. On the corner where Mr. Price is, there used to be Scott's shoe store and clothing store, and on the right there was a lot of stuff going on. Yes, Broad Walk on the left here, and on the right was one of the first Hirsch's. They had a small shop, and look at them now. And there was a bakery, a very famous bakery on the right. So there's Sparkport now here on the left. There was lots of other things here. And yeah, so the street that goes across now, it's Smith Street, this intersection. So we going down Broad Street now, and on the left used to be Asmal's clothing store here. On the right, lots of residential flats, and there used to be antique shops here. And as we come here, the next road right is St. George's Street, and there used to be a hotel here, Belgica Hotel, and a friend of mine, his dad used to run the sort of the dance club on the Friday. So we make a stop here, and on the left approaching is the Broad Street Police Station. I used to live in this part of town at one stage in the 90s, Manhattan Court to be precise, and it's coming up on the right. A lovely block of flats, Manhattan Court. I used to live on the first floor. On the left there was a total garage, and on the corner of where Manhattan Court is St. Andrews Street, and it's home to Ecumenical Center on the right. Okay guys, we've come to the end of the Grey Street drive-through. I certainly enjoyed doing this with you guys. If you did, please let me know if I missed out on anything, and share your memories in the comment section, and tell me where you're sharing it from, which part of the country you are in, which part of the woods you are in. Until the next time, stay safe and be happy.